Hi Geminis, Trishna here. Welcome to your May 2019 reading. What I'm feeling for you is leading up into May. I feel like you're feeling a lot better, you're feeling happier, you feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders, or you've been able to let something go, and you feel like maybe you can be a little more hopeful about things going forward. Maybe you can, be a little more optimistic and positive about something. It's like, I think in April you were really having to work on something and really work on it and put a lot of effort into it and pay your dues, and now it's like, oh, maybe now I can like relax a little and sit back, and maybe now I can reap the rewards of all of the labor that I put in, all of the effort that I put in. Maybe now it's time for me to get a little reciprocation or a little something back for everything that I've given. So that's kind of the energy that you're coming into May with. And I feel like in May, what happens is you're still going to have to put in some work, but I feel like the work is all to build a better foundation. So it's really the stuff that matters. You're really going to be working on things that matter in the long term, something that really is a lot more solid. And I think that building this foundation is going to be it's going to happen a lot faster than you think it will. I think it'll happen by the middle of the month, so like in 2 weeks. You're going to have built this foundation, and I think that you're going to feel a lot better afterwards. You're going to feel a lot happier. And I'm also getting the word bliss. So this is a relationship. I feel like there's something to do with marital bliss. If this is maybe a business partnership, that can also apply, like a marital bliss situation. You've built this foundation, and now you can kind of take a sigh of relief and just be like, oh, like finally, we built something solid, something we can go with, something that we're happy with, something that we can really move forward with. If this is not a relationship-oriented situation for you, then just take the word bliss, because I feel like the word bliss is really strong. That's where things are going to lead once the foundation is built. So keep that in mind. There's still going to be some work that you have to do in May, but it's all going to be the work that matters. It's all going to be the work that lasts, and it's going to happen a lot sooner than you think. The end result, you're going to be able to complete that a lot sooner than you think you will. It'll happen really quickly, and you're going to walk out feeling really good, having that bliss or marital bliss walking out of this. The challenge and the guidance tied in together that I'm feeling for you for this month is that you're going to have to dig deeper when you're building this foundation, and you're going to have to be a lot more managerial than you think you need to be, or than you think you should have to be. Like, it's like, why do I need to manage this person or the situation to the extent that that I have to? Like, that's not how things should work. The guidance is that you probably will need to do that, and you really have to get into the details to build that foundation. Really, manage it, and manage the very, very fine details, all of it. Don't leave any of that. Don't feel like any of the details are unimportant, or like you're pushing the details too much and maybe you're being too micromanagey. The details are required for this, and the management of the situation is required for this, and it's going to have to be by you, because if this involves another person or other people, they're not going to do it. They're not going to really step up. But if you do it, you can build a strong foundation, and you can have success, but they're not really going to take responsibility, so you're going to have to take responsibility. And that could work out in your favor, because once you start taking responsibility, basically this becomes yours and you become the lead of it going forward. And right now, I think what you want is something a little more equal, but that may not be the right balance for your situation. And you may find that, like, in the long run, it is better that you lead if this is something that you really want to be successful. So keep in mind that it is important to keep track of the details. Don't hesitate keeping track of the details. It is important. That's where the success is. Success is in the details. Also, the devil's in the details. Right now, it's the success that's in the details. So keep that in mind, and that should really help you out throughout the month. And the other really important part of the guidance that I get for you for this month is really try to understand that this other person in this situation, or these other people, their intentions are pure and their intentions are very genuine. So really keep that in mind. So even though you're having to be the micromanager and be focused on the details and like really help them move forward and be a little more concrete, and really be that be that person. It's not, you know, and even though they're not really taking responsibility, it's not something to be upset about. It's not something to think like, well, maybe they just don't care, and like, why am I putting in all this effort if the other person doesn't really care? Like, maybe, you know, because then it can be really easy to be like, well, I don't want to have to be this kind of person. So, you know, maybe we're just not, you know, maybe this isn't worth it, but I'm getting that this is worth it, and that it's really important that you understand that their intentions are pure, their intentions are genuine. This is just how it is right now, but they really do want to be present. They really do want to be there. They really do have a lot of positivity towards you, and you know, this is something that they would like to have work too. So really try to keep that in mind, is that like they're a good person, and even though it may not seem like it on the surface, they have, you know, pure intentions. And yeah, and really I think that this whole dynamic that you're having to switch to now, where you're that manager and really involved in the details, that's a dynamic that I think maybe you really appreciate in the long run. And maybe that's the kind of person that you need to be going forward. Maybe this is just helping you be the person that you're supposed to be in these kinds of situations. And, you know, this is an opportunity for you to develop into more of yourself. So, yeah, like, I kind of feel like I, you know, made the person seem like they don't care and they're not taking responsibility, but I really want to emphasize that the intentions are pure. So really, really trust in the positive intentions that you see, and try to ignore, like, you know, some of the more negative surface realities that you're observing, and focus on the good. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I earned your like and your subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.